Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Njeri View Enterprises. If you're new here, kindly subscribe. I'm so excited to start this journey with you, journey of bringing you the experts in the industry as I have been promising you. For the new viewers who have not been here with us, I will introduce our services. We do offer that we offer to our clients. We do business processes automation to the business people, where we focus on developing websites and management systems. We also offer construction management services, property management services, where we have a property management system that is called Nyla, and it's fully automated and it helps property managers to manage their properties with ease. We also do run errands, and mostly for the Kenyans in the diaspora. Today I'm so excited because I have an architect in the room. He will be walking us through the process of designing a house and also building the house from now the designing to the very end. And he will also let us understand whether there is an advantage of having an architect throughout the process of building the house. So, Mr. Mwaura, welcome to our channel.
Thank you.
Kindly introduce yourself to my viewers.
I am Douglas Mwaura. By profession, I'm an architect.
Okay.
And also, we also deal in design and build in construction.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Space Riser Africa Limited.
Yes. So, if I may ask, you did design in school?
Yes, professionally.
Is a profession?
Yes, professionally, I'm a qualified architect. Yes, and practicing with an experience of 13 years now.
Okay.
Yes.
So, in these 13 years,
yes,
you have done like several projects.
Yes.
What really inspires you when it comes to design?
Design mostly it's an art. The best thing with architecture and also construction, it's an art. Yeah. You're able to speak through your art. That you're happy to see from a line drawing to a complete project. That's what has been keeping me going, to see the output and implementation of the project.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the main purpose why I decided to be, actually, I feel so happy. First of all, it is to appreciate that you accepted to come to our channel. My main focus of this show, the whole vision of the main purpose of this show, it is because I realized most of my viewers, most of my clients are lacking information in the construction industry. Yes. And I felt there is that gap of giving the information out there. Yes. And I'm so excited and I'm appreciative for you accepting to come today. So I would really love you to take us through the process of of designing. Is it designing? Drawing?
Yes,
they are called. We call them the architectural, the architectural drawings, right?
Yes.
So when a client comes to you that he or she needs a house, where do you start? I come, Mr. Mwaura, I want a house. Where do we start? And maybe I don't even have maybe some of them have ideas, others don't have ideas. Where, as an architect,
yes,
how do you go about it?
Okay. What we can say, why are clients lacking maybe information, and maybe they find themselves duped in the construction sector? Because maybe they also don't do due diligence to find if your architect is registered, if he's practicing some of the projects that he has handled. You may take time to visit and do your due diligence. Because to speak the fact, there are so many quacks in the industry.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the quacks may get more jobs than even the professionals.
Yeah.
Because they are able to lie to the client, and that one has been happening in our country.
Yeah.
But first of all, I'll take you through the process of drawing or architectural, how the construction starts.
Yes.
The architect is a major person in the design process
Sure.
and in the construction process, because he holds the dream of the project. He is able to interpret the client's dream from the client's dream to paperwork and to real construction. So at first, when a client comes to our office,
yes,
we are able to listen to what he or she requires in the project. Then, first of all, we do a case study. A case study meaning to visit the client site.
Yes.
To have a view and to have a feel and touch of the ground. When we go to the site, we look at so many things. We look at sunrise direction and sunset, which determines the position and the face of the house. We look at the wind direction.
Okay.
Wind, how does wind affect our design? We can face maybe the balcony on where the winds come from.
Yeah.
And you are not able to sit in your balcony because of the weather. So those are aspects that also determine about the sun. It's about the lighting of the house. Mostly it's required that you are able to light more of the lounge during the morning hours, and during the afternoon hours you are able to warm the bedroom.
Yeah.
So in the evening when you retire to your bed, your bedroom is still warm. That's basically the concept.
Okay.
When we get from the site, now the client is able to tell us a short brief of what he or she requires in the project. Maybe it's a residential, a bungalow, a maisonette, an apartment. She or he is able to explain to us. And from there, we take a short brief of what the client wants.
Yes.
And we are able to start sketching.
Okay.
Before we start sketching, what we require from the client is a copy of the title to identify the owner of the land, and also to get the right sizes of the land. The right sizes of the land, we take actual measurements from the site and also go to the land's office to buy a mutation.
Okay.
A mutation is able to give you exact dimension of the plot.
Okay.
So from there, we are able to design so that we don't have conflict of boundaries when we are doing design work. After that, after we get the copy of the title, we are able to start on the schematic design.
Yes.
Schematic design is a preliminary sketch work of whatever the client has given as a brief.
Okay.
We're able to produce the plan first. From the plans, we present to the client. We have the back and forth with the client until he or she is comfortable with the plan.
Okay.
From then, we are able to move to the next step to produce the perspectives.
Okay.
To have the look and feel of the house, of what you're going to the brief of the house, to see the exterior look of the house. In our company, what we like is involving the client to the fullest, so that he or she can have a touch of the project. And since he's the consumer and the end user, he or she is able to grasp whatever is entailed in the project, each and every detail, from the design to the finishes, to the plumbing, to the electrical works and everything. So that's why we involve the client more. Then when we have the look and feel of the outside, we are able now to, if the client gives us a conclusive answer that he or she is comfortable with the design, we are able to go to the next step.
Okay.
The next step is to do we call it working drawings.
Okay.
Working drawings, what we mean is the drawings which are supposed to be submitted to the county for approval.
Oh, yeah.
For the approval, what we require before we take the drawings for the approval, we have the architectural drawings. We need a copy of the title.
Yes.
Copy of the current search. Copy of the fully paid land rates, and we have land rates clearance certificate, and also we need a survey map. Why do we have all these documents? So that every document shows the owner correlate with the project, from the ownership to the search, and also confirming the land has no disputes.
Okay.
And now from that, we are able to submit our drawings to the county.
Yeah.
And when we submit the drawings to the county, as our firm, we don't charge the client the fee to approve to the county.
Yeah.
We only send the invoice after it's produced from the county to the client, so that they can pay through M-Pesa or bank deposit. That one also eliminates the the areas of being duped. So it's advisable you pay from your side.
So what you're saying, the payments that the client is going to pay, they are paying direct to the county, not to your company.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the approval fee. Approval fee, let the client pay for themselves. Why do we advise that? Even if myself, I'm not around,
yes,
God forbid, if I'm not around, the client is able to track his project in the county,
yes,
through the reference number which is given in the receipt. You're able to go to the county, to any county office, and inquire. This is my project. I need to know the level of where is it stalled. That one now brings in openness during approval process. When architectural approval process is done, you are the first architectural stage. You are given architectural approval notification. You're given that you are notified that your architectural drawings are approved. After that, you're supposed to submit the structural drawings, which is supposed to be entailed the structural drawings with the copies of the architect of the engineer, and also the calculations for the drawings. What do I mean by calculations? Calculations is to show why have you used certain steel in your design. So that one is accompanied by the structural drawings, which are submitted to the county offices under the structural engineers department. Then they go through the process of vetting until it's approved. When it's approved, you're able to get the construction permit. From the construction permit, now you're able to you can now start the preliminary works in the site.
Okay.
And also some projects require, most of the projects require you do the NEMA. NEMA means the National Environmental Assessment, to show that your project does not encroach or affect the environment. When you, the NEMA certificate after application, which you're supposed to be prepared and briefed by a NEMA expert, presented to the NEMA office. And after presentation, you're given an acknowledgement letter to show that your project has been received at the NEMA offices. From there, you wait for 21 working days for the official certificate of NEMA to be presented to you.
Okay.
In the meantime, with the acknowledgement letter from the NEMA offices, you are able to start the process of registering your project under the National Construction Authority.
Okay.
And after you give the certificate for NEMA, you're able to be, within a week or so, you're supposed to be given NCA registration certificate and also a number. From that, when you're starting the project, you're able to have a site board with all the consultants, the approval and their reference numbers.
Okay.
So that's briefly how the start of a project starts.
And if I may ask,
yes.
From the time that the client gets into your office to the time maybe all this is done, how long does approximately it take
for a residential
project? for the actual project to start at the site, when now you have all the documents, the drawings are there and everything is ready and now you can start? How long does it take?
For a maisonette residential project, that one goes for a month. A month you can have if all goes as planned.
Even the national documents,
yes,
1 month.
Yes.
And at some point, I hear them taking even more than 3 months, 6 months.
That one depends with the county that you're working with, because also there are some bureaucracy in our systems.
Yeah.
That's what has been hindering us. But with time, we hope everything will be done.
But now, if everything goes well, 1 month.
Yes. But for residential, it's easy. A month.
It's easier. So maybe, okay, what about the apartments?
Apartments takes time because the first process after the design stage, as you're doing this design stage, you also needed to do something called a change of user. A change of user, every land is taken to be an agricultural land. So you're supposed, in an agricultural land, you're supposed to build only one residential house. But since you want to do an apartment, you are required to do change of user. That is changing from single dwelling user to a multi-dwelling user stroke commercial, according to what you want for the project. So that takes a month. Now, taking into consideration, for example, we are speaking about Kiambu County. You present your change. You get a physical planner who does for you a report for change of user. Present it to the county. The client pays a fee. Then it goes for the technical approval meeting. From there, you are able to be given the conditions of the design you're going to have. What do I mean by conditions? Conditions, we look at the number of floors that you are required to construct. The ground coverage of your plot mostly ranges between 50 to 60% according to the location of the plot. And also other condition is distances from the road, distances from the perimeter walls, and distances from one window to the other. For most of the architects, who they will get the requirements and they are able to design now. After that, now you're able to finish your design, your architectural design, and you can present it to the county for the approval. It also takes, the architectural drawing takes also almost a month because it needs to be vetted. The planner, the county planners to come to site, inspect, and also go table the drawings to the technical meeting.
And what would you advise a client who, first of all, want to do the fencing, then the building? Is it advisable to present both the drawings for both the fence and the house, or just the fence? Because there's a client that I had a challenge with. But by the end of the day, he had to advise, because he had spent some amount of money. So from the architect, what would you advise? To do both the fence at the same time, to take them at the same time, one?
I think it's from where it sits. It's advisable to take both the architectural and the perimeter wall. Why? The county charges differ. When you're doing the perimeter alone, I think it's charged, I think it's around 300 shillings per linear meter, if I get it right. When you submit your residential house and the perimeter wall, for the perimeter, you're charged around 100 shillings per linear meter. So you see, for the client, saves around 200 shillings per linear meter.
Yeah, that is helpful because I have experienced it with different clients. Now, in these 13 years of your profession, I believe there is that particular project that you're really proud of. Can you take us through?
The project, some are when I was employed. Because for the 13 years does not mean that I was self-employed before I started our farm. And some we have got them when we are in our own self-company at Specialized Africa. The particular one is where we are sitting. It's
where we are today.
Where we are today.
And it is amazing.
Thank you.
You say I came last time, and today I'm here again.
It has been a journey from the design. The client had gone to different farms. But fortunately, he was referred to me by a client who I did a project, a neighborhood project, who had done a project, and he came to me. Then we sat, discussed, and started the design process. It had back and forth, but I thank the client because he was cooperative, and we were able to build as a team. Build as a team from the design stage to the real construction, to the approvals and everything. And for the support of the client, we are able to give a good product. Maybe with time, you'll give them a snip of what we have.
I will.
They can also judge.
Now, my question is, from what I can see, did the client came up with a design? She just said what she gave you the idea for you to actualize it? How did it happen for you to get what we are having today?
The first question that the client came and told me, Mwaura, as my architect, I need you to give me a home, a house. That was the first challenge that we met. When somebody tells you, give me a home, not a house. That one, now you are ready for an uphill task, which we are able to, we are up to the task, I believe. And the client gave me a brief. A general brief. I want a 5-bedroom. I need a big lounge, a big dining, an open kitchen, a pantry, a family room, and we are able to take notes. In the first 1 week, we were able to give a draft, which I presented to the client.
Okay.
I sent through online, on email, checked, then we had a sitting, then we went, amended a bit, did the second draft of the plans, then until the fourth, where we were comfortable with the plan.
Okay.
The fourth draft.
So you did 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, from the first one, we went on building, patching up the skeleton until the final approved plan.
Wow.
Then from plan, now we started on the exterior look.
Wow.
Which was another back and forth to give renders, to give different looks of the house until within a 2 week span, 2 to 3 weeks span, we were able to get the design ready to do the county drawings.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now there is a client out there.
Yes.
What would you like him or her to know about the design? Since I'm hearing about back and forth,
Yes.
maybe you'd really let them understand this design needs a lot of patience.
Yes.
Let me not talk
because
I think you're supposed to, you're the one who is supposed to show, because there is back and forth, and there is someone who do really want, I want this, and he or she expects you design it.
Exactly.
Yeah, then.
I think it takes patience. And why am I saying a back and forth? Which, from where I sit as an architect and from a client perspective, I think it's a very healthy conversation between you as the architect and also the client. Because you are able to understand your client and you are able to understand your architect.
Yeah.
And since you have given your architect work, take him up to the task, to deliver to what you require. And you as the architect, take your client up to the task to give you full information of whatever you require. Because it gets why projects sometimes it gets messy during construction. It's because the right brief was not given from the design stage. And now it becomes a blame game between the architect and the client.
Yeah.
So it's advisable you get everything patched up at the design stage.
Okay.
Then when you come to the site, there are very minimal changes. Like the project you're sitting, very minimal changes we did, very minimal. So the back and forth is very important.
Okay.
For the client, it's more important. Since you are able to question, to understand your project in and out, and at some point, even when the architect is not around the site or the contractor, you are able to ask the foreman or the site people, why are you doing this? And my architect didn't design this.
Yeah.
Since you have your design at your fingertips. Yes.
So what I'm getting here is about patience from both the client and the architect,
Yes.
and also a lot of like trying to express exactly what you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what was your creativity behind the whole project? Now this one.
This one, when we were designing, my desire was to give a landmark. It's a new estate.
Yeah.
It's called Zaria Garden. We wanted to give a landmark. Why? As an architect, I believe one thing in our firm. It's not a matter of advertising. It's a matter of the projects you've done, they become your billboard. That's what sells you.
Yeah.
Because according to law, architects are not supposed to advertise. So you are supposed to advertise with the work you've done.
Yeah.
So as our company and our role is to give the best project, when given an opportunity, we do it to the best so that it can bring another client and another client. Okay. And God willing and by God's grace, that's what has been keeping us in the market.
Wow. That is great. Now, if I may ask, because I can see a lot of aesthetic in this place.
Yes.
How do you manage to balance both the aesthetics and the functionality of the project?
Okay. It's not one man show. That's what I can say.
Yeah.
It has come between different people bringing up their ideas and patching up to get the real output of the project. What do I mean? I mean from the client, what they desire, bringing my professional level in the project and my professional ideas, and also bringing on board even engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and IT. And everyone comes into the project so that we can have the right position for the light, the right position for the tap, the right position for the socket, the right lighting, the right windows.
Yeah.
So all of this, and also if I'm doing a facade, or a facade mean by a certain look. Have I consulted my structural engineer? Can it hold? And that's where people fail. Because sometimes you're given a design, you take away the consultants and work with the foreman. And the consultants have part of the dream of what you want. And they're able to interpret from the design to the construction. So it has taken a team working together, having consultative meeting as the project is going on, and letting everyone understand what we need as the final product. Yes.
Do you know one thing that really impressed me when I came here?
Yes.
You cannot see even a single pipe outside.
Yes.
You cannot even tell where the internet has passed. You cannot even, like, it is just a building. But I realized there is something that you have done. And most people have not, maybe few projects are now introducing that now.
Yes.
And because you have introduced it in this particular project, can you take us through that?
Okay. For this particular project, we introduced something called ducts. Both internal ducts and external ducts. I'll start with the internal ducts. Internal ducts, we have the electrical duct and CCTV, and also for other services like solar system. Because as a project we are sitting here, we are sitting on a full solar 24 hours.
Wow.
Full solar.
Wow.
Yes. And no cabling.
How is it?
It's perfect.
I understand the client has been here for some few
days.
Yeah.
We are having the fast grinding of the house. The client is occupying the house, so we are mending everything. But so far so good. The solar we are using in this house, it's a big house. The solar we have, it's generating 15 units every day. That's 15,000 kVA from the solar.
And I think you need to give us like a whole session about now the solar. And actually, maybe a whole session for each and every part of the project for you to be able to get all this working together. How is that?
That's okay. You're already welcome.
Where you come, maybe today we are talking about the painting, how you did it with you. And by the way, my clients, like I have been telling you, we have been using crown paints with other projects, and even here we are still using crown paints.
Yes, that's true.
And the tiles are such ceramics. Yeah, like always.
Also, what maybe the client gets confused sometimes, the question which runs, do I do double cabling for power and solar? No. We do one single cabling, the same for KPLC and the same for the solar. Only what you have is a changeover. So that one, when you come the next time, we can take you through, and we'll have our expert for the solar who has done for us solar, the solar panels. We're doing the solar panels for lighting, and the solar heater for all the bathrooms are also solar heated.
Wow!
To save power. So in one way or another, KPLC is a backup for the solar.
You will tell us about that next time that when we come.
Yeah.
And now, because I already understand that the client is already here.
Yes.
And there's still some work that is going on.
Yes.
And I think it's a process of your design before handling over completely. How long does it take for clients to do the testing and to fully hand over the project to the client?
Okay. According to the law, after the construction and the client takes up the project and starts using the house, you're given 6 months. 6 months is the designated time for the full handover to be done. After 6 months, you're able to, as an architect, as a contractor, as an electrical or service provider, all the consultants fully hand over the house after 6 months.
Okay.
6 months duration,
Yeah.
we are supposed to do all the repair work, all the testing, all the drainages, testing the drainages and everything. Like you have noticed in our project, there are no drain pipes in the house. We have all created them external ducts. With time, you're going to take pictures and see what we have done. So we all, the 6 months, and also for the contractor, there is a retention fee. At every stage of payment, the retention is 5%, which is retained by the client, which all the 5% is going to be paid after 6 months on occupation of the house.
Okay.
After he has done all the tests, all the repairs, and all the touch-up.